It's Justin Parker here. For those of you who follow me on YouTube, you already know that that's at Horrible Home Video. Today, I'm going to be giving life advice. And let me know if my microphone's good. If you hear any problems there, any issues, you let me know because I'm going in here blind. I'm going to be going live a little bit later today too. So let's see here. What do we got? Today I'm going to be, just for a moment, just for a little bit here, drawing on this character. I'm going to put on some music in my headphones so I don't go insane. Not that I would go crazy or anything. That's not how I'm getting down. Feel free to leave a comment and ask me a question if you need some kind of life advice. Um, I got your back. I will help you figure it out. Whatever it is you're looking for in life, to whatever you're pondering. So yeah, leave it in the chat and I'll put it on the screen. Let me know how my mic is sounding. Is it sound about as good as yesterday? Oh, no, air server, don't do it. Don't do it. I'm going to be drawing on here in a second, but I'm just waiting for a few people to get in here. And we're going to have life advice, which seems to always go over well every time we cover that topic. Let me get some, there we go. Let me get some simple music in the background for myself. You won't be able to hear it, but that's okay. That's for me. I'm going to be also editing snippets of this to put in a. I don't know if you saw the video I had posted today. It's like a 3-minute video. It's just a little chunklet from yesterday's 3-hour stream. I'm not doing that today, but I will be going live with Donut Factory later if you are familiar with him. I see we got Sean in the house, and he says, "Who is this character? What is the lore?" I'm not going to give away his name. I'm not going to give away too much about this character, but his backstory is he is found in a jar of pickles at the sandwich shop. And so what I'm going to be doing today is, just while we talk, I'm going to be moving the pimples around. I'm going to give him all kinds of extra pimples because he's got to look real pimply, you know. There we go. There's the pimple folder. Let's name that pimples, because you know how pickles have pimples on them. Well, so does this fellow right here. So go ahead and ask me any kind of questions you got. Tell me how my mic's sounding, by the way. I kind of went in blind without checking. So if I sound terrible, you got to tell me. That's your responsibility now. By the way, I am having a shirt sale, $11 for some select tees from Corp Circus and Killator. This is the "Get the F Away From Me" t-shirt. And you just scan that. Look at that. Someone scanned the QR code. You just scan that. It'll take you right to the site. And that's pretty cheap. Those are screen printed, discharge screen printed, and very soft styled t-shirts. Gildan, usually, typically. I might be mistaken on a couple of them. They might be like Toltecs, which is just as good. But this is not that DTG stuff. This is the real deal, like you would buy at a high-end retail store, with the smooth print and the soft feel. So be sure to check that out. But anyways, let's go ahead and get into adding pimples on this, guys. And if you have any questions, ask me, because I need stuff to talk about. So feel free to give me something to talk about while I'm popping pimples all over this fella. I'm gonna duplicate that layer, give him a pimple. What do you think? Right here. We're obviously gonna change the orientation of it. Yeah, that looks cozy. I'll give him another one. I just want to pimple him up, you know. I want to make sure he's nice and gross looking. Oops. And this is just tedious work here. This is nothing. There we go. Make sure to save as you go. So later today, I'll be going over to the Donut Factory YouTube channel, and I'll be live with Donut, who is in Hawaii right now. Shout out to Donut. God, man, that is just, I wish I was in Hawaii right now. But instead, I'm in a room, in a house, on a live stream with a headset and a drawing tablet. Excuse me. Carlito Solis says, "Yo, what it do? Have a great day, fellas. Mike sounds great. Hey, thank you for that information. Thank you, Carlito. I appreciate that. I'm gonna keep putting pimples on this fellow over here, this little pickle thing, and we're gonna get him all done up. So yeah, drop a comment, ask for some life advice. It don't have to be serious. Basically, I'm just gonna take snippets from this. Anything funny that gets said will get reused. Your name will go on screen. It's just a good time, you know. Let's see here. This pimple looks nice. There it is. Oh, I got a bit of a sinus issue or something. I always do, I guess. Let's see here. Gonna keep giving him these little pimplies. You know, there's got to be a better way to make pimples on a pickle. There's got to be some kind of scientific equation to get the proper amount of pimples on this pickle. Do you have pimples on your pickle? Disgusting. There we go. All right. Do we have a question? All right. So here we have Andrew Andra says, "Hey, Justin, longtime fan, but you know what? But you know that. Oh, well, I just read that wrong. But you know that. You got any advice for a guy who's gonna be a dad for the first time?" All right. How's it going, Andrew? The advice I have for a first-time father would be, well, patience. I mean, it's as simple as one word, patience. If you can get your patience going, if you can get into a meditative state of mind, you might have a good shot at being a father. Also, my best advice is going to be this: if you're going to be a father, oh, sorry about that. Um, be supportive. Always cheer that kid on. My father would always tell me, if it wasn't for me, his life would have been better. You know, all these type of things, and that stuff really screwed me up. So I guess the best advice for being a father would be just try to be supportive as you can, because there's just so much negativity in this world, and so many people just trying to ruin everybody else's day. That you got to be the one that's like, hey, you know what? That stuff don't matter. But also patience. Have patience, because you got to remember they're like these little stupid creatures that wander around. They don't know anything, and half the time they just want to impress you. You know, when you make a kid, they go, hey, I hope my mom and my dad are impressed and think I'm a wonderful thing, even when I'm stupid. That's how these kids are. You know what I mean? That's what all kids do. When I was a kid, I was that way. I was just like, oh, I hope my dad is proud of me. My father was never proud of me. And by the time he told me he was proud of me, he was on his deathbed. And I'm gonna be honest, it took a lot to make me go, oh, okay, well, geez, thanks, Dad. You know what I mean? So you gotta, I guess that's another piece of advice is look at the stuff that your father did that you wish he had done a little different. Because everybody when they're parents, you don't know what the hell you're doing. Let's just be honest. You have some form of instinct, and you have only so much point of reference. So you got to look at the stuff that you've gone through and what your parents had to deal with and what you had to deal with to kind of find your place in that. Excuse me. So I don't know. I guess the number one thing as being a parent, advice, patience, and cheer them on. Be a cheerleader. Go get your pom poms. Let's see here. You're well on your way then. Also, maybe lay off the weed and the booze and the crack cocaine and the heroin and the switchblade knife fights at 12 o'clock. And it might be a good idea to stop shoplifting for amphetamines, and also stop wearing women's bras. Andrew, we know about you. Let's see here. Look at that. Now Heather is onto something. It absolutely is. It's very much. See, you probably knew I'm a fan of Brain Damage. It's very much a nod to Brain Damage. All right. Well, since somebody called me out on it, I'm gonna give you a little taste of his voice. Okay. He's a very nervous character, and he wants to eat Douglas's brains. He's like, "Oh, geez, Douglas, put me on your neck. I'm not gonna eat your brains or anything." Oh, he's kind of like Pillsbury Doughboy-ish, and I think every now and then he's gonna be like, "Oh, I've got diarrhea," something like that, something disgusting. So yeah, it is a little bit like brain damage, except it's like a less confident version of brain damage is Aylmer. It's more of a nervous wreck version of him. Amber why wow 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 waka wow wow chicka wadaka said, "Hey ho, jeez, watch your language, calling me names." Uh, Carlito Sola says, "Beautifully said. I'm a proud father of 10 years." Yeah. I mean, if you got anything you want to add to that too, for anybody out there becoming a first time parent, Carlito, go ahead and drop that in the comments, because obviously my advice is just my advice. And there's probably more stuff I left out, like have money, have money. And excuse me, I'm going to be burping a little bit. I'm drinking a disgusting energy drink. I don't drink alcohol anymore, but my only vice now is about caffeine and the occasional candy bar, and stabbing bums in the alley with knives while they're sleeping. Though those are the only things I'm addicted to anymore. Uh, I don't recommend any of those though. Let's see here. Oh, I can't. Ali love Metal. I can't. I don't know. Is Metali? I can't put that on screen because it's an emoji, so I can see it, but I can't display it. So that's just so you know, I'm not ignoring your comment there. I just can't show it because it's not giving me the option to. It's letting me see it though. All right, so let's get some more pimples on the son of a gun. Andrew said LMAO, and that stands for look, man. Oh, that's what that stands for. So, does it inject him with does it inject him with euphoric hallucinations too? Ask Amber. No, it just eats your brains. He's not going to be a total ripoff, because we're going to have a lot of homage to various things that I love, and the fella that I'm writing with that we love, like shows. But we're not going to rip things off so blatantly that we could get in trouble. We're just going to kind of do little nods, So for this character, for instance, he won't. Although I'll show you the sketches I drew, so you could tell it is 100% based on brain image. Let me save that real quick. I think the sketch is in here, matter of fact. Let me see if I can pull that up. Yeah, it's in here. So here's the sketches, and look, if you look down here, you can see like his mouth opening because he's gonna like have a big long tongue or something that comes out. And yeah, but you could tell like the original sketches of what I was going for. This is what I really wanted him to look like. More nervous, but as I was cleaning it up and drawing it, I was like, yeah, let's go ahead and let's refine them. And I kind of made him a mix between these two characters here, this guy and that guy. You can see my style is not the best. A little name slip in there. I gotta hide that so you don't see his name again. Don't go back and look, you sneaky pickles. Anyways, I'm having bad allergies, sinus problems. Carlito Solis says, "That's great advice. You nailed it 100%. And as a parent, encourage and support their dreams goes a long way." I will say, although my father didn't do any of that for me, my mother has always been really good about encouraging me and being supportive of whatever it is I wanted to do. And that's just what you need in your life, is people cheering you on. If you're creating and pursuing creative dreams. So yeah. So anybody out there needs some advice, make it funny. Let's get some really goofy advice going, because I want to get some funny little clips to take out of here, out of context, and put up onto a edited version. Uh-oh. What did I do? I don't know what I did. Oh, I made a duplicate of that. Okay. I know what I did. Oh, goodness gracious. Where is that one? It's on his tooth. I see. Yeah, you got to give him some of these pimples all over the place. So what are you guys getting into today? I'm going to be going live with Donut Factory later for a little bit. I don't know what we're going to be talking about. I kind of dropped the ball on that one. I was supposed to. I think I should have suggested something, but I didn't. Because his topics are more about the Illuminati kind of stuff and symbolism. And the reason I enjoy going on his podcast is because I'm not like the biggest enthusiast for Illuminati subliminal messaging, but I am pretty well versed in it. I know a little bit more than most people, or at least I'm more conscious of it. But but I'm not like super heavily invested into it. So I have fun talking about it because I like. It's also that's because I like talking about new ideas, even if they're conspiracies or something. I don't care. I'll talk about just about anything with somebody, so long as they're open to what I say and I can be open to what they say. Okay, let's see here. Amber says, so since there's no juice, he just eats his brains and then what? And then he gets diarrhea. He'll eat your brains and then he gets diarrhea. But this you have to watch the story that we've only written a story, right? Anthony says real quick he needs advice. So type the question that you got. I'll give you some advice. So to answer Amber here, she says there's no juice, quote unquote. He just eats his brains and then what? So in the story that we wrote, that we have written, he what he well, I don't want to give away too much. I'll give away a little bit. I don't mind giving a little bit. He promises things that he doesn't have. He's kind of like a fake genie. You know what I'm saying? He's like, "Oh yeah, what do you want?" And you're like, say you want a Ferrari, he'd be like, "Oh yeah, it's in the shop, but you'll get it." So he'll like promise you these things, and then you never, But then he's like, he doesn't deliver, and so that's the premise of his character. He's just kind of he's a flaky son of a gun. Now I want that pimple on his arm, so let me just bring that up here and find out where his arms are. Oh, his arms must be in there. I knew it. Oh, excuse me. I'm a little burpy. Let's get one up here. There you go. Just one on his arm. Just so that you know it's no, let's do two. One is not enough. Gotta put one near his elbow or something. So yeah, if you need any advice, and it could be funny, it could be serious, let me know, guys. Because it's just gonna turn into content. And these streams, that's the whole point of these streams, by the way, is one, to keep me busy drawing, and two, to have conversation with you guys, have fun, and maybe get something worth reposting, funnier. I need some random advice right this second, says Anthony. Amber says, ha ha ha, nice. Ha ha ha, I'm Seth Rogen. Let's see here. Okay. So Anthony says, all right, cool. This already looks like a good question. So I haven't done graphic work in a while. Do you mean graphic art, or do you mean just like being explicit? Huh? I haven't done graphic work in a while. I want to really push for work, but nothing to but right now. Nothing to but right now. To but. I don't know what to but means. Huh? I'm gonna try to make sense of what you've written here, Anthony. You need to put the crack pipe down before you ask me questions, and then I'll answer you. So let's see. I haven't done graphic work in a while. I want to really push for work, but no, nothing big right now. So just some work to make some fast cash. What do you think would be a good promotion idea for simple work? Well, I mean, have you if you ever paid attention to anything I do on Facebook, for instance, you can kind of take clues or cues from that. One way you could do it is just have some kind of a sale where you're just doing something that for you is easy to draw. So say you have like, let's say you're really good at drawing cartoon dogs or something, right? And let's say you have enough people to advertise this to, because that's also part. You can't just advertise to 20 people. You got to advertise to thousands. But what you do is, let's say you're really good at drawing dogs sniffing each other's butts, right? and you're like, hey, I'll draw your dog sniffing my dog's butt for $20 or even $10, whatever you think is a fair price. For me, sometimes I'll do sales for like $20, as long as it doesn't take me more than 20 minutes. I try to do it like $1 a minute for my work sometimes. And when I'm doing something like a $20 sale, the number one thing to keep in mind too is to keep moving. Don't allow yourself to fall behind, because then you'll have like 5 or 6 things that you got to knock out and quickly, and then you'll feel yourself getting overwhelmed or frustrated. So yeah. Oh yeah. All right. So I mean, that's my advice. Go ahead and do some kind of a sale that you can do quickly, something that you can provide for people that they maybe cannot do for themselves, like drawing pictures of their dogs doing drugs in a dirty alleyway. I'll draw your dog pumping heroin into its limbs for $10. And then you show an example of it, and then they'll be like, hey, I want a drawing of my dog doing dirty deeds in a dirty alleyway. Let's go. Let's get that. That's a deal. That's a steal of a deal. And sorry about that. So um let's see here. Oh yeah, so just do something simple that you can do so you don't get overwhelmed with the work. Because for me, when I do deals or sales, people will be like, "Oh yeah, let's snag that." And then if I let it build up, then I go, "Why did I do this to myself?" So the goal is, if you're providing that kind of work, like if I do it, I'll get, 10 people in a row like, "Here, I want it. I want it." Cool. I just made, let's say I did $10 to draw like a sketch of your face. Nothing fancy, just something simple, but it's worth $10, right? And let's say I did a bunch of those and I sold 10 of them for $10. Well, there's $100 right there. Let's say I sold 20 of them. That's $200. But that $200 going to be worth it if I'm getting overwhelmed and swamped with the work? In that case, probably not. You know what I mean? And that's just like on a sale example. Now, when I'm doing standard art prices that I do, I range from like 100 to 500. It depends on what is needed. And excuse me. I try not to overload too much, because if I sometimes I'll have a list of like 12 things to do at one time, and it really makes you question the value of your time. It makes you go, well, should I have raised the price on this? But then if you raise the price on it, it becomes this whole thing of, well, will it sell? So there's a lot of stuff to consider when it comes to selling artwork online, doing graphic art. Amber says, why did you move to Texas? Oh, all kinds of reasons. I was living in California, born and raised. Um, you ever been on a sinking ship and you're watching it sink and you're like, this ship is on fire also. It's constantly on fire, even though it's in the water. That's California. And I mean, I got people I miss out there, miss my mom, miss my buddy Mike. Um, that's about it. But you know, uh there's a lot of bad to be said about the condition of what's going on with California right now. And in Texas, I don't know if it's much better. Don't tell anybody from Texas I said that, because they'll by default they'll shoot me. But there's all kinds of reasons. Also, to get out of the business I was in. I was working grocery for 17 and a half years, and it's funny because I was making good money, but the cost of living was so high up there, it didn't matter. Nothing too big, Anthony said. I learned so much from watching your work. Well, you know what? Have you did you watch the video where I taught everybody how to remove their arms and then re-adhere them? You should try it sometime. You go get a saw and you saw your hand off or something, and then you just get some glue and put it right back on. It's funny how easy it works. You should try it. And also, don't sue me because I'm obviously joking. Gosh. Hey, I got these "Get the F Away from Me" shirts for $11 on if you scan this QR code. I don't know how you scan it during a live stream, but hey, Go for it. I wish it was a link that you could click. But hey, we got a QR code. Is it QR? That's what it. What's that stand for? What's it stand for? Quirky oh, I'm not gonna say that word. Yeah. So any questions you have, let's put them on the screen. Oh my god. Nice. I haven't done graphic work in a while. I want to really push for work, but nothing too. Oh, what am I reading? Old ones here? A quick response code. So shouldn't it be QRC? Look, I'm going to ask the hard hitting questions here. Why is it called a QR code if it stands for quick response code? Oh, because I said the word code already. Duh. Jeez. Goodness gracious. Anthony says, thank you for your time. I appreciate your advice. I've been doing it for so long, but this area sucks for work. Yeah, it's pretty easy to get work as an artist. I'm going to tell you that right now. And you're going to go, but that's not true. It really is. Or maybe I just feel like it is because I get more than I want. But the big trick is to constantly put yourself out there and let people see what you're doing. You guys remember this one from yesterday, probably. Yeah, it's just like an ATM machine, right? Automatic teller machine. I'm saying quick response code. It took me a second to catch what I was saying there. You got an eagle eye there, Amber. Let's see here. So I think this fella's done. I kind of want to color him, but I don't want to overdo it. The trick for me is simplicity. I feel like he should have wrinkles on his body, though. I'm sorry for all the burping. I'm letting you guys down with all this gas that I'm emitting from my body. Brarb, brarb. I feel like he needs to have like just random wrinkles in his. What is his body doing? This maybe some ribs. I don't understand this creature's anatomy. I'm just gonna be honest with you. I'm not sure what something like that, I guess. No, that doesn't look. I mean, I know that's right, but what if I did this? What if I go? You thought I was gonna be something else? No, it's a splotch of mustard. I got you. Terrible. So I've been thinking about getting my head removed, going to the doctor and having them just chop the whole thing off. I was thinking, like, what's the number one cause of problems in my life? And I was like, yeah, it's my brain. So we can just get rid of that. I think everything will be probably going a little bit better. So yeah, let's do this. There we go. Now I'm in the zone, the pickle zone. Now he's looking pickly. Oh, he's a gherkin. Is that too many pickle bumps? I feel like that's too many. Somebody's going to need to verify. Go to your fridge and look at a jar of pickles. Tell me how many bumps your pickles have. Count each bump out and inform me so I can be accurate. I don't want anybody upset at me and like, my pickle had more bumps than that, sir. Oh, I like that. Let's do that. Something like. Oh, now we're getting somewhere. Look at this guy. That's disgusting. Yeah, I like that. I like what I'm getting here now. We'll probably skip on that line. Look at that. Oh, goodness. Imagine you pulled this thing out of the fridge. Imagine you pulled that right out of the fridge as you're about to make yourself a sandwich and you're like, what on earth is that? And it starts talking to you and it's like promising you stuff it can't deliver. I'm going to get rid of some of these. Oh, come on. Put me on your shoulders. I'm not going to eat your brains. But he is. He's going to eat your brains, so you can't trust him. Look at that. Me being critical on how many pickle bumps I put. Pickle bumps. You would eat that pickle, Amber? This pickle would clearly give you indigestion. It would I don't think it would sit right. I think it'd give you nightmares. You'd probably wake up at 2 a.m. sweating. Oh, I shouldn't hate that. Oh, I'm not feeling too good. Oh, jeez. Oh, you know what? No. Let's get rid of these. What was I doing? Because look, we could totally stay on character here, and get the appropriate color bumps, which would be these ones right here. Look at this and that. So now we have the right colors, and we'll just get in there. And should I do it like that? Well, if I'm going to do that, I better go underneath that layer so I'm not being destructive. Oh, I said underneath, bud. What are you doing? I said underneath, buddy boy. You silly pickle. Oh, I'm sorry, Justin. I'm just being a silly program. That's what it is. All right. I feel like we have an adequate amount of pickle bumps here. What if one morning you woke up and you were covered in pickle bumps? What would you do? That's today's question. Would you go to the doctor? Would you say, "Hey doc, I've got an oddly specific amount of pickle bumps on my body"? Do you think your doctor would laugh? "Oh, that's disgusting. Where have you been putting your thing?" And you're like, "In the fridge with the other things, like the milk and the pickles." And the doctor's going to be like, "I don't think you understand my question." And you're like, "No, doc, I don't think I did." There we go. Look at these eyes. That is disgusting. Oh, I love it. Look at this guy. Got to save that. Don't forget to give him some more pickle bumps. It's always hard figuring out where to put things, try to get an even distribution. All right, I think I'm happy with what I see here. Yeah, I'm not mad at that at all. That is quite a complex character for me. And usually I don't make them so complex, but this creature is a kind of a one-off. Maybe he'll come back. He's going to be in the Halloween episode of For Here's, the Sandwich Shop show. I'm wondering, can I do this? Let's see how that looks. We could always undo this. Excuse me. I don't think I like that at all. Or if I did that, it would need more of the ridge drawn. I feel like that's good. Right there. Or maybe, yeah, let's try this. Maybe shave some of that off. And then put a little bit here. And a little bit there. Let's see how that kind of curve it out. I think that might be it. I think we might have a winner, guys. Yeah, that works. I'm not mad at that. Okay. Well, hey, it's been about 33 minutes. I'm going to go ahead and get up off of here for now. I got something done. Very happy with the pimples on the pickle here. I'm going to charge my device. I'm going to close that up. It's an iPad I'm using. An old one. An old iPad. I say it's old. It's not really that old. It's in really good shape. I'm going to go ahead and get up out of here for now. I'm going to be live in about, 4.5 hours with Donut. I'll post that information to my Facebook. And Wyatt Earp says, "Gonna go rap with Grim." Shout out to Grim. That's my boy. That's my brother. And speaking of Grim, on Corpse Circus in general, don't forget to stop by the Corpse Circus shop. We got these Get the F away from me shirts for the new Killator album available for $11 for a limited time. That sale is going to be ending soon, so try not to sleep on that because it's not a bed. You know what I'm saying? It's not something you take a nap on. It's a shirt. You wear it. You walk around and you show it off. Anyways, guys, I'm gonna get up out of here for now. I will also probably be back on here maybe in the next hour or two. I'll try to give some notice. I'm trying to find my sweet spot for lives, and it's tricky. It's tricky. It's been a while since I was doing the lives. I was doing them pretty regularly, and I'm trying to do them regular again. So I hope you guys had a good time hanging out with me, drawing pimples on the pickle. And we're gonna be doing more later on. Also, if you haven't checked out the Patreon, please do go check it out. You can join for as little as $3, I believe. I'm gonna see if I could enter a link on here to make it easier for you guys to get over to the Patreon for those of you who are interested. Like I said, you can get on there for as little as $3. I'm gonna put that in here real quick and see what happens. Will it let me do it? Price unavailable. Added. Next. I'm gonna see if it'll let me put it in there. Okay, cool. Yeah, I could do this. Look, $3, man, and you can join the Patreon and show support. Let me just type that in real quick. I got to start pushing that Patreon. We're doing pretty good with the number of Patreons. I think we're in the 40 range. I think the highest we hit was 50 at one point, and a few people had to pull, because of life reasons, it happens. But if you want to show some support to what I'm doing here, and you want to make sure I'm still able to afford doing this, $3 a month is the lowest tier that we have available. You can always give as much as you can give as much as $100, I think, and we have someone doing that. But I'm happy with $3. So well, not just $3, a bunch of $3. Give me all the $3 you can find. Join us on the Patreon, and if you can. And if you can't, hey, that's fine too. Just keep watching us here on YouTube, and I'll be back later on with another live stream. Maybe I'll play some 1v1. So if anybody wants to join me on that, cool, we'll be doing that. I'm gonna get up out of here for now.